Good afternoon and welcome to Jersey City Public Library Adult Summer Reading Craft. Today we will be making a Chanel wall sconce. The things that you will need to make this sconce will be. So let's get started. And being that we have a limited amount of time here, I'm going to do this in segments. Okay, so first thing we need to do is cut out a C. This you can download off of Microsoft Word and just cut it out. This is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So cut and paste, cut it out. Okay, so once we get our C cut out, nice and the cuts are very nice and neat. You can use a silver tray or gold, depending on what color you're going to use for your Chanel lighting, or you can purchase some silver adhesive wrap because we're going to have to wrap our Chanel logo. You're going to also need some pieces of cardboard, so have that standing by because we're going to have to cut some cardboard into little pieces. Also, if your Chanel is a little smaller, I've also shown where you can use a 9-inch, what do you call this? A 9-inch pan, the top, to cut out your C, your Chanel logo. So today I'm going to use this pan here to cut out my Chanel logo. Actually, you need 2 pieces. So let's get started in tracing our Chanel logo onto here so we can get ready to cut it out. Okay, so once we traced our C on the silver tray, this is what it's going to look like. And this is going to be your top C. You're going to also need a piece of cardboard where you have to trace another Chanel logo. And this is what it's going to look like. This is going to be your bottom Chanel logo. So we're going to put this aside and we're going to work first with the bottom piece. Here we're going to have some strips of cardboard about on each corner. We're going to have to place cardboard. So I'm going to show you how it's going to look and what we need to do, because we also going to have to put a fairy light so we can have light for our Chanel. So we're going to cut out some strips of cardboard. And what I did to make it faster and easier is just double it over. Take your hot glue gun, glue it. And you're going to just put each and we're going to do that all the way around. Okay, so this is how it's going to look once you glue all your strips that you cut out. This is how it's going to look. We're preparing this so that we can put our fairy lights around all of our cutouts. So let's get started in putting our fairy light around. We're going to take this part, which is as the battery pack. We're going to leave that out a little, okay? And then we're just going to start taking our lights and going around each cutout. You can do it however you want. I usually go around it twice. This fairy light is long enough to go around twice and maybe a third time. This is how it's going to look once you finish securing your wires to your Chanel logo. Okay, so for right now, we're just going to put this to the side and we're going to work on our front piece. Okay, this is going to be our front piece. here we're going to use our strips of glass tiles, okay? We're going to just take the strips and go around the borders of the Chanel logo. It's going to start here. All the way to the tip. Remember, be careful because this is glass and it can give you a little like paper cut. So to keep that design, you're going to cut it off right there. You should be able to cut it off right there and start back up. Okay, so once we went all the way around with our diamond cut glass tiles, this is what it should look like. Okay, a perfect Chanel logo C. So our next step is going to be our diamond wrap. We're going to do the same as we did with the cutout glass tiles. We're going to go all around the inside of the Chanel logo. Okay, so now all complete with our diamond wrap, and this is what it should look like. Isn't this pretty? Gorgeous. So now we're just going to take our back part and we're going to glue each part together. The back and the front is going to be glued. See how it lines up? It should line up because we're going to get ready to put our gems in between. So it has to line up perfectly so they can fit in. Okay, so we're going to glue the front to the back. And this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so our next step is we're going to take our gem, make sure it fits in there, and we're going to take the gems and go all around the outside. Go all the way around the outside of the logo. Take your hot glue and you glue it on each tip. Don't worry about the mess. You're not going to see it. You put your gem in. Take another one. Like I said, you'll be able to see the spacing every now and then. Give it some pressure so we can make sure the glue is sticking. Okay. And we're going to take this. See how it's looking? We're going to take this and we're going to go all the way around. So now, once we put our diamond gems all the way around, on the outside and in the inside, this is what it should look like. I also turned on the light so you can see. Now we got to go to the finishing product to do the wall piece for support to hold our sconce onto the wall. What you're going to need for that is your styrofoam and cut out the center so that you won't see the styrofoam. Okay? So this is the reason why we need that circle, so we can still see through our Chanel logo once it's placed on the wall. See that? So now what we need to do, we need to decorate this. You can either decorate it with your glass cut tiles, or you can decorate it with your bling adhesive rhinestone. Okay, now down to the finish. This is what it looked like. Don't worry about these. because we have to do something with that. It's going to be all covered. This is your round circle. And on here, you're going to need a wooden dial. And you're going to need 2 pieces, about 3 1/4 in length. And here on the back, I made 2 indentions of my pieces so they can fit in the hole. And the way we're going to secure it, we're going to dig it deep as it go, and then we're going to put some hot glue to make sure that it don't come out. Take this, you either do it either way. Remember, you're going to have this. You either do it this way, or you can take your Chanel piece and you can do it that way. Okay, make sure your glue is dry. You're just going to stick it down in there. Okay, so this is not going to be completely dry to hold, but this is what it's supposed to look like. And this is your backing, which you're not going to see. And once we come back, I'm going to let this dry a little. We're going to come back and we're going to show you actually how it looks hung up on your wall. So, what do you think with the finishing product of this gorgeous Chanel wall sconce? A conversation piece that can enter into your home and match your decor. I want to thank you for joining me today in creating this beautiful piece of art. Look to see you in my next DIY on August the 3rd at 4 p.m. We will make a lighted candle holder. Thank you. Be safe.